Hello everybody, and thanks for joining me again for another pack opening or whatever we're doing this week. This is what I opened last week, which was the Firebender from last Airbender Avatar. And we got the Unagi as the stamped card. And just some other rares and stuff like that in that pile of stuff. So this week we'll go, and we've got 4 of the Airbender packs, and then I also picked up 2 Tarkir Dragonstorm packs as well. So we'll get into those. We'll do the Tarkir Dragonstorm first, then we'll do the Airbender second. So let's see what we get for these 2 packs. If you guys wouldn't mind leaving a like and subscribe so I'm able to keep doing this. It is something that I've been trying to start doing to help grow this channel. I'm also posting other stuff like our cat videos and stuff like that. And slot play videos. I'll do some Lego videos here and there too. Yeah, so please share the videos and share the channel. Give it a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's stuff that you prefer that you've seen. Stuff that you'd prefer to see in the future. Triple land here. Cool. This is the rare. All right. Common Dragon Prey and Common Dual Land. I do like the triple lands that they have and stuff. Those are pretty cool. They started coming out with those. Those definitely help with the multicolored decks and stuff. Reliquary Dragon. That's cool. All right. I do like Sagu. It's one of my favorite dragons to use in green decks. Do you guys have a favorite dragon? I think my brother's was the Siobhan dragon from the first 3 sets. I do like this guy right here. I think my favorite dragon was Nicobolus. The original Nicobolus. I liked him a lot. I used him in multiple decks. That's cool. Mammoth. Flamehold Grappler. Cruel Truths. And a dual land. Alright, so that's it for this. So the Dragonstorm, we got these 2 for rares. And now we'll move on to the Airbender packs. See what we got in those. I remember back when I used to play Magic, when I used to buy Magic, and even back when I was running the store, they only had like 1 booster pack. Like they do 1 booster pack, 1 starter deck. Then they do things like the Garfield and Finkel box set, or the bundle or fat packs, things like that. They didn't do like collector's packs and all these other things. Oh, so we got a land, we got a foil common, and we got Firelord. Awesome. Right off the bat, I guess they're doing the rares first on these ones. Sandbender Scavengers. So another rare. That's great. Yeah, I called a bunch of places when I was looking for these. Most places were sold out of these pre-release packs. Nobody had the green earthbending deck. So I just went again with the Firebender deck, even though green is my favorite. Red's kind of a second. Red and black, I guess. Blue. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of white. So let's go from the bottom so we can kind of see what we're getting. Okay, so that's a bunch of commons right there. We'll just do it this way. Another common. Otter penguin. What is it? Otter and a penguin? Okay, sure. Sparring dummy. It's got a jackal in her head. That's where the Headless Horseman's head went. Another Zuko. Probably end up making a firebending deck with this stuff. All allies, or other allies you control get +1/+1. That's pretty cool. Because there's other older allies and stuff. Another lemur bat. Ooh, foil Suki. Rare. A dual land? Yeah! Used to have a bunch of original dual lands from Revised. Some from Unlimited and a couple from Beta. I think I had maybe one from Alpha. And then I had some 2 dual lands that were called odd lands, that were basically the bad lands that were signed by the artist. And unfortunately, I do not have them anymore. That's pretty cool. I started watching this show, Last Airbender, and I just never got very far in it. Should go back and watch it again. There are a lot of corrupt court officials out there, unfortunately. I wish there were fewer, and corrupt police that think that they are above the law. Unfortunately, they are not. Oops, that was a uncommon. I'm not saying that all police are bad, because there are a lot of good police out there too, doing their job. I was actually going to try to become a police officer. Then I did some studying on the effects of stress in law enforcement, and that went to the wayside. Decided that was not an avenue that I wanted to go down. So now I do other stuff. Now we are on our last pack. If you guys wouldn't mind taking a minute to like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment on the video, I would greatly appreciate it. Magic the Gathering. Man, it's been around 30 plus years now? Something? I don't know. It's been a long time. Started collecting back in Unlimited and playing back then. Back when I was working at this, or going into the store, just playing here and there, I had just a small box of Unlimited, about this big, a few starters and some booster packs and stuff like that. And had a few decks that I put together that were not really the greatest. And this guy named Nate was helping me put together a better deck and looking at my cards and trying to help me and trying to explain. And then I put everything back in the box, and some kid ran up and grabbed it and ran out the door. So Nate ended up charging me for a couple of booster packs and helped me build a red and white deck that used the Orcish Artilleries and Spirit Links, Sarah Angels, things like that. It was a decent deck for the time. So, but it's been a while. Ye the Moon Spirit. That was a long time ago, though. Then he opened a store that was pretty good for quite a while, called Borderlands. And unfortunately, they went out of business. Just were not able to keep up with whatever was going on. It takes a lot to run a business, especially card business. You got to be really involved in it a lot of times. So I'm trying to start this, and maybe it'll branch into something else, but for now, just trying to get this going and get the channel going. We were going to try to get a storage locker today and film that, but it ended up canceling last minute, so we didn't end up getting it. These are the rares. These ones are 2 from Tarkir Dragonstorm. And then we got 1 foil rare, if it'll stay in my hand. That's it for this time. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a great day. Again, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like and subscribe, definitely help the videos, help us to do more of these in the future. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. And yeah, see you next time. Thanks. Bye.